Hey YouTubers, how are you all doing? If you are a DIYer or you love to collect tools, then guys, you are at the right place. Today we are looking at a tool called the Magnetizer, and we'll look at two aspects of this tool. One is when we use this tool, and the second of course is how we use this tool, right? Okay, so when we use this tool, right? So there are many times when we need to work with small screws or screws that need to go into tight corners or grooves, or maybe your fingers and thumb are too fat, right? Like mine are. Well, somewhat they are, right? And so it becomes extremely tedious to hold the screw when initially driving it in, right? So then the common solution is to have the bits that are magnetized. So what they'll do is they'll hold onto the screw until you drive them in a little bit, and then it can come off. Right. So this particular screwdriver is actually magnetized, and it holds the bit quite decently, but the magnetism is not too strong to let it pass through to the screw, right? So here it is, and it simply won't hold, as you can see over here. So these are the cases. This is the case where you'll need magnetized bit, and you won't have all your bits magnetized in your arsenal, right? So what we do is we use this tool. This is the magnetizer. Of course, here I have the Makita E-03442 tool. For that matter, any such tool will do. I am just a fan of Makita, so I've got this. Before I open up the tool, just a size check and strength check. It's actually a pretty small tool. This coin is about an inch wide, a little over an inch in diameter. It's actually 26 mm in diameter. So you can see it's about an inch. Here's the scale for your perspective. Talking about the strength, it's still in its plastic wrap, as you can see, and it seems to be decent even with the plastic wrap, but we'll see when we open it how it works. Okay, so let's open this up. And let's just hope I don't cut my finger. All right. Nice. Okay. So here's a small tool, and if you noticed that this is for hex shanks, 1/4 inch in diameters. Okay, so now we've got this tool out, and before we use it with the bit, let me check how strong it is, and I'm not too sure, but let's use it with the bit. Here's the bit now, and it doesn't stick, as you can see, and I'm going to just put this in the shank, and oh boy, yeah, it's a little hard, but I've managed to get it in. Yes, and now let's see. Oh yeah, that's awesome, right? That's really cool. And I have a few more screws. Let's see how strong it is. Oh yeah, it goes all the way down to at least 3 screws, and this is cool. Okay, seems to be strong enough. Though it's a little bit hard, as I can see right now. And okay, and there's just one last thing that we need to be aware of, that when I'm using it in extremely tight corners, this thickness might actually hamper me getting the screw in those corners. That's the first thing. And second thing is, because of the thickness, the line of sight may be hindered. You may not be exactly able to see where you're putting in the screw if it's a narrow groove or tight corner, right? So just be aware of that, and then you should be good to go. Okay, so as you can see, this is a long bit. This bit is around 2 inches long, with the actual usable shank being 1.5 inch. And let me, just for a sample, let me show you a smaller bit. So this bit is pretty small, including the tip of the bit, it's barely 1 inch, and I think this will not work. As you can see over here, if I get it through, it's going to be inside the magnetizer. The tip, there won't be sufficient tip to come out. So guys, just be aware that this is useful with long shanks, and as I can see it over here, you need a shank of at least an inch, just the shank, not the tip part, not the tail part which gets into the driver. You need at least approximately an inch to be able to use this tool. I think it's a good tool. I think it's going to be very useful for me, and I think I would be recommending this tool. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.